Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sunday Anime Chat with me, Pop. And this month's theme is time travel. So we'll be exposing you to a few shows in the past and some from the present, dealing with the theme of time traveling. So should be in for some really good ones. But before I get to that, I always go through the news of the week so I can get everybody all caught up on what is going on out there in the land of anime. And that is courtesy of the Anime News Network. So, starting back off on Monday. Oh, before I get to that, Fabric, you want to go back to the future. Don't we all? We just want to get into a DeLorean and just set time circuits and head off. I would really like that. If that could happen, that'd be so much fun. I'll go back to the future. Yeah. No, I'm. How far would you go back? When would you go? That's the thing. That's the question I asked on this for the title there. What year would you go back to? Myself? I think I would like to go back to 1946, 1947. You know, or past World War II, and just starting the golden age, of prosperity for the United States and all that. So that'd be great. Yes, but when would you like to go? 2176. Okay, you want to go to the future. You want to go way up there. What would that be? Would that be America's 400-year anniversary? I mean, that would be okay. Hopefully it'd still be around. Well, let's start off here. Tokimeki Memorial Forever With You Emotional Remake Games video reveals May 8th release. The year of the great fabric fold renaissance. Yeah, we can all hope so, eh? Wizardry Proving Grounds of the Mad Overlord remake game wins Grammy Award. Okay, so soundtrack from a game won a Grammy. I don't know if that means much. I don't think the Grammys are very well credited, or they have very much nobody puts much stock in the Grammys, I think. Grisea Phantom Trigger anime reveals 3 new casts. I'm currently watching that right now. All about the cute girl assassins. It's pretty much what it boils down to. Nintendo Switch Online adds Ridge Racer 64 game. Oh yeah. Never got that. I do have an N64, but I never picked up Ridge Racer for it. Bleach Rebirth of Souls games character trailer previews Ikkaku. The 2025 Doraemon film's second trailer unveils Aimyon's insert song. The Grammys have to credibility, but that score bad. Oh, they have no credibility. Moving along to Tuesday. Second, that time I got reincarnated as a slime film reveals title, studio, and a February 2026 debut. Vampire Chan can't suck properly. Comedy manga gets TV anime in 2025. Story of a vampire who sucks at sucking blood. Okay. We'll see where they go with this. This is it says it's a comedy manga, so definitely sounds like it. Dr. Stone science future anime casts Mariko Higashiuchi. You're still on your first cup of coffee? Okay, that's okay, Fabric. It's morning for a few of us, you know. We gotta have that morning cup of joe help wake you up. Hanakimi TV anime's teaser trailer reveals cast. New Yaiba anime gets early screenings on March 13th. Oh, the first 3 episodes are going to screen ahead of the April premiere. Vampire Chan sounds Super Saiyan hentai. Yeah. I mean, they could go that direction. We'll have to wait and see. I mean, honestly, see if they give us a rundown of the story. The comedy manga centers around Luna Ishikawa, a second-year high school transfer student who is popular because of her cool and mysterious aura and her commanding presence. Luna excels in her studies and in sports, but as a vampire, she's actually bad at sucking blood. Tatsuda Otori, Luna's classmate who tends to blend into the scenery at their high school, discovers her secret. As a result, he becomes her mama, so she can practice blood sucking. Oh man, nothing like practicing on a classmate. The Legend of Heroes Trails Through Daybreak 2 game streams opening movie. Failure Frame anime gets English dub on February the 5th. Wow, it took them long enough. Sounds like Isekai Succubus Waifu Extra. Yeah, it does, doesn't it? But it should be pretty funny if it takes place, in the classroom and she has to keep herself a secret. Do not Google that. Okay, buddy. You got it. At least not on stream, right? So Failure Frame's getting a dub. I mean, I've already watched Failure Frame. It's great. I like it. And I can't wait for season 2. This was a great revenge anime. Like, you're watching this show and you're just hoping for main character to get his revenge. Failure Frame wasn't as good as you expected. Okay. I mean, I like the fact that he's told he's weak and they get rid of him. And he's like, that's it. I'm going to be back. And I'm going to get my revenge. And so now I'm hoping for this guy to be able to get his revenge on the people that were just absolute garbage humans to him. All his classmates were just terrible people. And the goddess was just awful as well. If you're a goddess, shouldn't you try to help people? But nope, she's just evil. So I like the fact that he's building up his levels and the way he just takes people down. He's like, oh, you're scum. Okay, well, paralyzed, poison, you're done. You wanted more out of Failure Frame. More's coming. Like when he clashes with some of his classmates in the Goddess, that's where it's gonna be at. I'm gonna be right invested in that. Because I wanna see him get his revenge. And he's got himself a good little group now. Goddess was a hoser. Yeah, eh? Like, don't be a hoser, eh? It'll take you down. No, it'll be nice. Very satisfying to see him take down some of his classmates that are like, oh, we're A class, we're S class, we're way better than you are. I can't wait. Nintendo Switch console sales reach over 150 million worldwide. It's good to see, I like to see Nintendo do well. I'll probably end up buying the next Switch that comes out, the Switch 2. I was just playing it yesterday. I was playing Cereza and the Lost Demon. Onimusha 2 Samurai's Destiny game remaster announced for 2025. Okay, so they're bringing back Onimusha. Capcom Fighting Collection 2 to debut on May 16th. Looks like it's coming out for everything. Switch, PS4, Xbox One, Steam. Monster Hunter Wilds game reveals more monsters in Ice Shard Cliffs trailer. I'm sure Carl would be very happy about that, to play some more Monster Hunter Wilds. And that's it for Tuesday. Moving along to Wednesday. Anne Shirley anime reveals April 5th premiere in teaser video. That's an Anne of Green Gables anime, in case you're wondering. Mikadono-san Shimai wa Angai Choroi anime casts Aoi Koga. The Mononoke lecture logs of Chuzenji Sensei anime unveils more cast and staff and ending song artist Shizuku. Solo Leveling Season 2 Arise from the Shadow anime's English dub casts Colombian singer J Balvin. Dragon Ball Sparking Zero game sells over 5 million copies worldwide. Anybody else? Has anybody played that? Your wife will like the Shirley anime? Yeah, it's a classic. It's nice to see that, an Anne of Green Gables novel that it gets turned into an anime. It's almost got that Ghibli vibe to it, just looking at the picture. But yeah, good. Nice to see the classics being turned into animes. Gundam G Group's beginning film drops to number 2. New The Rose of Versailles anime film opens at number 9. We'll skip by the North American anime and manga releases. Sonic Wings Reunion game gets PS4 version. Game also ships for Switch, PS5, PC via Steam Arcade on May 29th. Medarot Survivor smartphone game to launch on February 10th. Watch out for the smartphone games, you guys. I always warn you guys. Smartphone games, they turn them off at any time. And that is Wednesday. Moving along to Thursday. Pokemon gets new anime about Postal Service Dragonite. Okay. Somebody felt necessary to make up a postal anime with Dragonite as the delivery. Okay. Reborn as a Space Mercenary science fiction light novels get anime. Okay, so we're going to have another reincarnated one where you're reborn as a space mercenary. Smartphone games aren't games. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's ridiculous. I'm not a big fan of smartphone games. I'm really not. 2025 Anpanman film unveils title, June 27th opening. Second Mononoke anime film reveals more cast in new trailer video. The Catcher in the Ballpark anime reveals April debut. Okay, so it's not far off now. Looks like your baseball anime is coming in April. The Apothecary Diary Season 2 anime casts Lin Yumihara. Gundam G-Quix beginning anime film gets North American premiere on February 20th in New York City. That's it? Can't just be... Oops. Can't just be New York City. G-Kids, Bandai Namco Filmworks, and Japan Society announced on Thursday that Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quix beginning a re-edited version of some episodes. The upcoming Mobile Suit Gundam G-Quix television anime will get its North American premiere screening at Japan Society in New York City on February 20th. Tickets go on sale February 13th. G-Kids acquired theatrical distribution rights, and it will screen the film in theaters in North America on February 28th. Okay, there you go. Hey, what's up? I got a message here that says Brandon, it's hard to read, is visiting with some people. Nice. Well, hello, everyone. What Macross do you recommend after you watch Super Dimensional Fortress? Okay, Fabric, you got some choices chronologically, and we can look that up here on the old anime site. So you've got a lot to choose from. You've got a lot to choose from this. You're just going to watch the 85 episodes of Robotech. Okay, well, remember, Robotech is just Macross crushed together with Super Dimensional Fortress Cavalry and Genesis Climber Mosquito, which are completely unrelated. Robotech took 3 different shows and mushed them together. So the very first 36 episodes are just Macross, and the one after that is Southern Cross, and then after that is Genesis Climber Mosquito. So you don't those don't have any relevance at all to the Macross universe. Okay, here we go. This will be better. Okay, so after that, there we go. Did we get this guy removed? The old bot here. There we go. Enough of that. Okay. So you could watch Flashback 2012, which is an OVA, and that it's just very short. It's more of a music video with they had a bunch of leftover scenes from the movie, and it just shows them getting on the new Mega Road and heading out to the center of the universe, or the center of the galaxy. You could watch Macross 2, but that is set in an alternate universe, and it's not really, it doesn't follow any of the characters. There is Macross Plus, which I recommend. Very well done. It's an OVA. It's only got 4 episodes, but they're all 45 minutes long, and they really tell a good story and got good music. Macross 7, the TV show, that has good music. It's 49 episodes, but it's not the best. You will see some of the old characters in it, like Maximilian Genius and his wife Miria and Exodore. And then after that, honestly, Macross Frontier is your best bet. It is top tier as far as music and story goes, and it really loops in things really nicely. It's got a lot of Easter eggs. So I would definitely recommend going Macross Plus after that. Like I say, don't have to watch all 85 episodes of Robotech, because after episode 36, they do not matter in the Macross universe. They are not related to Macross at all. So there you go. That's my recommendation. I hope that helps. Let's see here. What's up next? The Catcher in the Ballpark anime casts Mayu Sagara. So Plus, then 7. Yep, I would watch Plus. It's excellent done. It's an OVA, so it's got OVA quality animation. Whereas 7 is just TV animation, so, they didn't spend a lot of time making it look good. Hypnosis Mic Division Rap Battle Interactive Film Stream 6 song trailers. Kizetsu Yusha to Ansatsu Hime manga gets anime. Like a Dragon, Pirate Yakuza in Hawaii, games trailer preview story with narration by pro wrestler Samoa Joe. Okay. Next up, Kizetsu Yusha to Ansatsu Hime Anime's teaser reveals cast, staff, and a 2025 TV debut. That was Thursday. Move along to Friday. Resident Evil Reverse game ends service on June 29th. Okay, well, I wasn't invested in any of that, so that's fine. Comedian Hikari Ota joins cast of Anne Shirley Anime. Assassin's Creed Shadows game gets prequel manga in March. From Old Country Bumpkin to Master Swordsman reveals Flo's theme song in new trailer. City, the animation reveals more cast and a July debut. Kinnikuman Perfect Origin Arc Season 2 anime casts Atsushi Miyauchi. Toto-chan Look Back staff win awards at 3rd Niigata International Animation Film Festival. Dragon Ball Daima anime ends on February 28th, streams climax trailer. Really? I am currently watching Dragon Ball Daima, and yeah, it's Dragon Ball. You know, they're going after trying to find Dragon Balls. They're fighting. They've been turned into kids. It's your typical thing, so they're taking down bad guys. I believe this will probably be the last Dragon Ball I'll watch because Akira Toriyama is no longer with us, and he is not going to have any more input on on Dragon Ball. So I don't know if they're gonna they'll probably keep the franchise around, but who knows if it'll maintain its what it's become, the way he would write his characters. So I guess time will tell. Girls Band Cry 2 part compilation film project opens on October the 3rd. Second film screens on November the 14th. Enlight's Afro anime film in Mfinda reveals Kozo character art. Moving along to Saturday. You and Idol Precure anime casts Sayaka Ohara. The Two Perfect Saint anime reveals new character video, 6 more cast members. Tribe 9 game launches on February 20th. New Yaiba anime to premiere on April 5th before Detective Conan's time slot. Tabako Dobutsu anime film reveals main cast. Here's the animation TV ranking. The Apothecary Diaries second season earns 4.2%. You and Idol Precure premiere earns 3.3%. Not bad. First up, Saze-san, followed by Detective Conan, Chibi Maruko-chan, Apothecary Diaries, Doraemon, You and Idol Precure, Crayon Shin-chan, Blue Miburo, and One Piece, and Curious George. Next up, Japan's video game rankings. Here we go. Everyone wants to see these. Number 1, Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, followed by Super Mario Party Jamboree. Number 3, a PS5 game, Black Myth Wukong. Back to the Switch with Card Fight, Vanguard Gear Days. Number 5, a PS5 game, Dynasty Warriors Origins. Then back to the Switch with Mario Kart 8, Animal Crossing, Minecraft, Phantom Brave, Dragon Quest III, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Oh, another PS5 game, Honkai Star Rail Trailblazer. Back to the Switch with Tales of Grace's F Remastered, Pokemon Scarlet Violet, Ring Fit Adventure, Nintendo Switch Sports, Cuisinier Pomu to Mampuku Dungeon, It Takes Two, Ender Magnolia, Bloom in the Mist, and finally a PS5 game, Tales of Grace's F Remastered. Once again, the Switch is on top with Donkey Kong Country Returns HD. And it's amazing that Mario Kart 8 is still selling lots of copies. They're number 6 on there. All right. Yoko Kanno composes music for Shoji Kawamori's World Expo 2025 Hybrid VR Short. If you don't know those names, Yoko Kanno does a lot of music for the Macross franchise, and Shoji Kawamori was one of the ones that was instrumental in the mecha designs for the original Macross, and he's been a big part of the show, the series, the franchise ever since. So it's nice to see those two working together. Oh, and it looks like it's in Osaka. I wonder if our friend Angry Canadian will go check that out. Self-described vision creator Shoji Kawamori announced on Friday that he's collaborating with Yoko Kanno for his new hybrid virtual reality short film, 499 Bio Watashi no Gatai, or 499 Seconds, My Gatai, which will play at the Live Earth Journey Pavilion at Expo 2025, this year's World Expo event at Osaka. Kanno composed the film's soundtrack and title track, 499 Seconds, and co-wrote the song's lyrics with Kawamori. Megumi Nakajima and Hayato sang for the short, and Maya Sakamoto narrated the short. Well, I definitely want to see this short. The film is an experience tailored for 30 audience members who wear virtual reality goggles to experience the food chain on a cosmic scale. While switching between virtual reality and mixed reality, Kawamori serves as the short's general director and Isayo Nishigori as director. Tim Jensen co-wrote theme songs, English lyrics. World Expo 2025 will run from April to October, and on the man-made Yumeshima Island in Osaka Bay. This will be the second time Osaka has hosted a World Expo after Expo 70. 55 years earlier, a remnant of that expo includes the famous Tower of the Sun as seen in 20th Century Boys and other stories in Japanese popular culture. Kawamori is one of 10 co-producers of Expo 2025. Kawamori cites the first World Expo at Osaka with inspiring his lifelong exploration of world culture, science, and science fiction. The Live Earth Journey Pavilion will feature the latest interactive technologies to make visitors realize that they are part of the ecosystem. In particular, Kawamori teased that although he avoids revisiting his earlier stories in the same format, he is open to exploring them in a new format, such as hypothetically presenting the climactic scene from the Macross story in an experience such as those being planned for Expo 2025. Kawamori announced in his Q&A panel at Anime Expo in July 2024 he will direct a new original animation film unrelated to existing franchises slated for a 2025 opening. He is perhaps the most famous for being a key creative planner in the Super Dimensional Fortress Macross anime series. He designed most of the franchise's iconic transforming variable fighter mecha and oversaw most of the main installments in the franchise, including the latest Macross Delta, which in my opinion isn't as good as Macross Frontier, but that's just me. Okay, there you go. Nice to see those two working together again. That is Saturday. Moving along to Sunday, today. No anime win at the 2025 Annie Awards. And Lollipop Chainsaw Repop game streams trailer for photo mode in new update. And that's it. You are all caught up in the news of the week. Let's hope it's Macross 34 rules. No Rule 34, no. All right, moving along here. It's anime rankings time. I had been checking earlier on, and they just had not uploaded all the stuff. But now we have from the 22nd of January to the 28th. Surprisingly for me, Medalist as at number 1. No surprise, Apothecary Diaries. Looks like everybody's loving that show. Orb, The Movements of the Earth is number 3, followed by Blue Box. Dr. Stone, Science Future, that one really jumped up. And no one is surprised that no anime won at the Anime Award event. Yeah. No, it's just wasn't anything made in Japan. Here we go. Here's one I'm watching. 100 Girlfriends Who Really, 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 Really Love You. That's at number 6. Not Metalist, Medal with a D. Medalist. I think because she does figure skating. Number 7, My Happy Marriage. From Bureaucrat to Villainous after that. Then Zenshu, Solo Leveling Season 2 is number 10. Blue Exorcist, Toilet Bound Hanako-kun. Sakamoto Days, it's taken a dive, it looks like. Tasukari Hotel is working its way up. I'm watching that. That's one that I'm enjoying. Flower and Ashura, I have not. Guild Receptionist. This is one me and Mrs. Mechanic are watching. It's good. It's got good action. I don't know why it's not higher up on the list. You're scared that anime might have 100 to-do lists? Oh, you know it. He just keeps collecting more and more girlfriends. It's hilarious. And they all have their own little idiosyncrasies. Ave Mujica, then followed by Red Ranger. I thought everyone was really excited for Red Ranger. It's way down here in number 18. Same with Amigami Sister. It's down here. Shangri-La, look at that. Just Shangri-La Frontier just taking a dive, like jumped off a cliff. Sorairo Utility. Okitsura. Married to a Girl I Hate in My Class. That's one I'm watching as well. It's a cute rom-com. Maybe that's not everyone's cup of tea, but I'm enjoying it. Honey Lemon Soda, nope. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. It's a shame it's coming down. It's enjoyable. I'm watching that one. Headhunted to Another World. I Left My A-Rank Party. Oh, that's another good one. Me and Miss Mechanic are watching that one. This one. It's nice to see that someone who is not treated well by his party leaves and hangs out with some people that were his students earlier on. And they form a party, and he feels much more appreciated, and he takes good care of them. This is the Japanese list, so not surprising, I guess. I mean, any list, anybody can come by and click on and rate things, so. Greatest Alchemist of All Time. Bogus Skill Fruit Master. That's another one that has, when you're watching it, it's like, oh, something's not right. There's, somebody in a high up position is doing some backroom dealing, and they've got a sinister plot going on. Hey, it's Mike from Pacific 414. How you doing? Nice to see you, Mike. Don't forget, Mike has Pop Talk going on today at 11 Mountain Time. That's 1 p.m. Eastern. You should tune in to Pop Talk with Mike, Bear, and Cash. As far as I know, they're going to be there. Remember, the Japanese don't watch like we do and have their own tastes, no matter how bad. True. But like I'm saying, that this one is anybody. This is all the English people that are voting on this. This isn't a Japanese list. After that is Daily Life of Middle-Aged Online Shopper. I'm watching that one. I like it. Guy just wants to chill in another world and relax and have a nice, slow life. Doesn't want to get things too rowdy. How's my Sunday? Sunday's going good, Mike. Really good. Just we're just going through some of the rankings here, just to see which shows are. I call it into question though. I'm not sure who's doing all the voting because some of the shows I like are at the bottom. I wish they weren't. After that, so the tourist list. There could be a bunch of normies that just go on here. Unnamed Memory, Act 2. I liked Act 1, so yes, I'm watching the second season of that. I'm watching Phantom Trigger. That's down here. Same with Medaka Kuroiwa. Oh, Dr. Amaku's down here? Oh man. What, they didn't like episode 4? Noble on the Brink of Ruin, Magic Maker, Dragon Ball Daima took a dive. Whoa, man. Like, nobody's liking Dragon Ball Daima? Or at least the people that vote on the list, anyway. Oh, Appraiser Class. I'm watching this one and enjoying it. Taku Neat Kunoichi. Momentary Lily. Nobody's caring for that one. Behe Neko. That's got like one of the best waifus out there. I can't believe it's almost at the bottom here. Oh, Ubel Blatt. I thought people would like it. It's so grimdark. Tourists don't know a tsundere from a salad. So true. Yeah. That's why you gotta gatekeep. Gatekeep. Keep the tourists out. They all will ruin it. Okay, that is the anime ranking. Next we'll get to the main event. The main event of the day, of the month, is time travel. So I will get set up for some time travel shows. Okay, we'll do that one. Momentary Lily has a very unfortunate name. Yes, yeah, it does. But it has like a death metal opening. You listen to it, and it's like, oh, look, cute girls doing cute things. And then all of a sudden it hits you with the... And you're like, oh, okay. Death metal. All right, the first show on the list is called Daikyoryu Jidai, which is the Age of the Great Dinosaurs. And we'll just capture the old display there. And we'll see how this starts out. Okay, it's got a little bit of live action mixed in with animation. You can see all the giant the big machinery doing its job, right? So as it starts out, this young guy sees a flower being dug up by an excavator, and he goes to take it. He's like, oh, poor flower, it got dug up. And he just about gets buried. Jurassic Opie. Yeah. Oh, we'll see. So he gets yelled at and laughed at. Well, he gets yelled at first for almost getting crushed, and then he gets laughed at because he's like, "Oh, you're a boy, and you're picking flowers. You're so effeminate." So he walks back. I guess he's at school now, and he's reading poetry under a tree. And then he gets hit. He gets hit with a volleyball and knocked out. And then they find out he's reading poetry, and of course they make fun of him. His mother and father are like, oh, he must be worried about exams. he's like, he doesn't have to worry about exams. She's like, well, he might end up like you then. So he keeps looking at this one star up in the sky, and he can hear a voice calling him. He's like, oh, who's calling me? I have to leave and find out. So he walks down to the beach where he heard the voice coming from. And then someone else joins him. A girl joins him. She's like, oh, I was summoned here as well. And they introduce one another. And then her little brother shows up because he's like, oh, I saw you leave. So I was gonna follow you. You're going out with a boyfriend. And she's like, I just met this guy. But then all of a sudden, an alien ship rises up. And it explains to them that every living thing has a soul. And humans cannot hear that anymore, but you can. And now we're going to send you to a different time and place. And so they pick them all up and whoosh off into a different time. And it shows them the sun 5 billion years ago forming. And then Mercury and Venus and Earth. If you wish upon a star, a triceratops will eat your car. It may, Fabric. It may. And now it's showing the kids the formation of the Earth and how life began. Life begins on Earth, in the ocean. Showing how this fish is trying to climb up onto the branch. Things are evolving quickly. Showing all the animals. And I believe it tells them that they arrived at the Cretaceous period. And the Cretaceous is known for dinosaurs. So, of course, the little kid is like, I gotta make a sword. And he goes running off, because that's what kids do. They run off. No, they still can't believe it, but they stumble upon some eggs. Oh, Triceratops eggs. But then they hear something. What is that? Uh-oh, it's a T-Rex. And it's coming to eat everyone. And there's a few Triceratops, as you can see. But he catches a few. And he eats them. They run into a dead end. But then they manage to find a cave to hide in. And now it just waits outside for them. It's just sitting there waiting. But, of course, the little Triceratops doesn't know any better. It walks to the entrance. And it's going to get eaten, but the kid throws the stick and right in the eye. He hits that Triceratops right in the eye. And now it has to see only out of the one eye. The kid's trying to save it, but here comes the Triceratops mother, father, and it battles against the T-Rex. But it is no match for the T-Rex. And the T-Rex chows down. Then we have a little musical interlude. So they know something strange about this place, and having a hard time finding that little dinosaur, a little Triceratops. But when he does come back, he's growing quite large, which must be because of the time anomaly. The flow of time has been warped, is what they figure out. So that's why the dinosaur grew up a lot quicker. And they hear some dinosaurs fighting. Of course, you know, they're bashing heads. It's loud. And they keep doing that. So yeah, this is an hour and 11-minute long movie, I guess you'd call it. But we'll stop there. They it's pretty much that's the premise there. I'm not sure what happens after, but I will have to watch it and find out, and you can as well. We'll just go like this. So yes, the aliens sent them back in time to the dinosaur age. That's a little extreme, I think. Okay, next up. This one is called Genji. Genji from 1992. And I think this starts out in the Warring States era of Japan. The Triceratops versus T-Rex battle was a staple of every 50s, 60s, 70s dinosaur movie. Yeah, it was. I remember that. So this is there's a war going on between the Heike forces and Genji clan. And, you know, you start out, you're like, okay, well, no big deal. These guys, you know, they're going to battle with samurai, their katanas and all that. But these guys have flamethrowers. Okay. That was kind of strange. And then they're fighting with swords. Where do I even find all these videos to download? Hey, B17! You know, you just gotta go out on the internet there, type in a title, and just put download after it. That's all you gotta do. Just type in, like this one is Genji, so if you just type in Genji download, or Genji anime download, bing, pops up. You can get anything, pretty much anything. So now these guys are fighting with swords, and it's like, okay, yeah, that's fine. You know, nothing weird there. And, you know, we got arms flying off, heads flying off. The young kid watching his father fight. He wins, but then he gets run over by a tank. Okay. There's a tank. There's actually a few tanks. So this has got me a little confused as I'm watching this. I'm like, okay. And yeah, Genji, Part 1, first volume. You know, this fella has stopped at the spring to refresh himself. But then we transition to a guy looking at himself in the mirror getting ready for a date. But he looks kind of just like the fella who was in there. So, okay. So we keep going back and forth. This guy, he meets up with a buddy of his, but they get ambushed. Buddy, and this soldier's got like a high-powered crossbow, which seems out of place. He takes an arrow, and it's a poisoned arrow. Now we're back in this time period where he's trying to go for his date. There she is. Her name's Sakura. Mysteriously, she tells him to find her no matter what. Apparently this talking peacock, who is voiced by the woman who does the voice of Goku on Dragon Ball. Little tidbit of info there for you. So apparently she's got some powers, and she can make the peacock can make arrangements so that only the boy retains any memories of you, but she will lose her own in the process. I don't know why she's on the ship. I don't know why she's sailing away. We don't ever hear why. But two lovers trying to get together, and off she goes. And he cries. But then the peacock says, "Hey, do you want to know where she's going? I'll take you there. Let's go on my little raft." And whoosh, they go to Haruna Castle. Here these two guys are walking through the forest, and they find Sakura. She's up in a tree. And they land. And he's kind of confused as to where they are, but good thing the peacock explains to him that it's a funeral going on, somebody important. And the guy in the coffin looks like him. And everybody sees the connection there, how they look at him, and it's like, wow, he looks just like him. He looks just like Genji. So they allow him to stay. And then they, of course, they do as they always do, is you have a funeral pyre and you burn the body. All he wants to do is find his girl. He wants to find Sakura. That's all he wants to do. He's get very single-minded on this. And he doesn't want anybody's help. He doesn't want to trust anybody, And so he is out and about in the town trying to find her. He doesn't know where she is. This one guy he's like, "Hey, you want to buy an apple?" And he's like, "I just got 100 yen. Is that not enough?" And the guy, apparently it is. this guy took him for a ride, but then he gets caught and he's like, listen, you took that guy's money. You ripped him off. And he gets his money back for him. Because, nice guy, right? And now, of course, he gets mistaken because he looks like the guy that was just burned at the funeral pyre. So the two clans meet. He's in the middle. And they want to fight. He's trying to protect everybody. He doesn't want to see everybody fight. And they're getting ready. Oh, swords clash, but here comes Buddy in a tank. And there's no fighting in Tokyo allowed, apparently. So he finally sees Sakura in the tank, and he's calling out to her. She doesn't remember him. He's struggling to get to her. And away she goes. And she doesn't know anything that's going on. He's crying over her. And we'll see what goes on here at the mansion. They have an agreement, or sorry, not an agreement. They have a meeting as to what they're going to do. There's some more behind the scenes backroom dealing going on here. And he's chatting with the peacock. This guy's like, okay, we've got some horses here. And if you're not scared of them, we'd like you to check them out. And it's like, you don't just have some, you have like all the horses here. And there's one horse that belonged to Genji. And it's a freaking unicorn. And it can talk to him. Of course, Sakura just doesn't remember Genji, so she's still confused as to what's going on. The unicorn says that he looks just like Genji, and he can hear her voice. And they see that there's a horse that's going to give birth. Hey, how's it going, Aris? How you doing? Nice to see you. We're just going over the second show. And a horse gives birth to a little foal. This one's called Genji. And there's a problem with this little foal, and Fabric might know about this. You've got yourself a foal with the legs that are not developed enough. It won't be able to stand up on its own. And it has a hard time. What they would usually do, they would just get rid of it. But their argument breaks out about how the things should go. And Genji is going to try to rehabilitate this horse, try to get it so it can actually stand up on its own feet. And he tries, and he nurses it, tries to help it get up. He spends a lot of time there doing what he can to get that little foal to work hard and stand on its own feet. The Heike clan has a meeting, and they are going to decide to take out the Genji clan. Meanwhile, the little horse is finally standing. And Genji is ecstatic to see the little horse standing up on its own. And everyone comes to see, like, look, he's standing up. Or is he? It can't stand up anymore. It stood up for a little bit, but that's all it took. It died. So that, there you go. That is the first. These are 2 OVAs. So this was the first episode. Kind of a downer. I mean, he tried so hard to get that horse to stand up. It did, but then it died from all the exertion. So very sad. Very sad. Not a happy ending to that one. All right, the third one. Let me see. Oh, there it is. This last one is appropriately titled Time Travel Girl. And so there's the dad. See the necklace he's wearing, and he tells her that food and science are the same. Yeah, and there we are. The title screen, Time Travel Girl. And they have a list of the people that, the famous people, like William Gilbert, Samuel Morse. There's other people there too. Like, who is it? William Gilbert. Alejandro Volta, Michael Faraday, Graham Bell, Thomas Edison is there. And this one is, this one's pretty new. Let me check what year this is from. Oh, 2016. There we go. That's pretty good. Episode number 1, Gilbert the Sage. Her and her sister are having breakfast, chatting with their mother, talking about how their dad is gone. He's been gone for a long time, but when he goes on his research trips, he's always he's never around. She goes to school. She meets up with one of her friends who wants to make a special cake. And because her mother is an expert baker, she wants her help to make him a birthday cake in the shape of a soccer ball. So they're on their way home. She's checking her grades. Hers are good. Main characters is not. As you can see, her name's Mari, and she gets a 30, and her friend got like 95s. He's been gone for 3 years, we find out. There he is. He's at soccer practice now. The guy that the girl wanted to make the cake for, his name's Futa. There he is. But all of a sudden, he catches a baseball right in the chest. And that's not good. Down everything, he drops to the ground, and that's it. So the coach is there, and her brother, I believe his name's Shun, yeah, he tells him, get an AED. And I believe he's a med student, so he performs CPR, and they hook him up to the defibrillator. And these things are great. They react just like this. They talk to you. They tell you to put the pads on. If you've never used an AED, this is what you open it up. You push the button. It says, okay, stand back, put the pads on, one here. And then it will read the heart movements. It'll see whether the heart is fibrillating or like shuddering and not pumping properly. And then it will administer an electric shock as needed, but you got to make sure you're not touching. Otherwise, you will be part of the circuit. And it shocks him, and it checks, and he wakes up. And it won't shock him again, because once the heart is beating properly, the machine knows enough not to shock him again. And she's glad to see him. She is very sad that she thought he might die. He's like, why are you crying? And she's like, you're an idiot. And of course, the ambulance shows up, and they'll take him to the hospital, check him out. And away it goes. And of course, Mari's like, wow, your brother's so cool. Now, they're at her place. They're going to check the internet for a cake recipe. Meanwhile, Mari checks out one of the books, and she's like, hey, this looks like my dad's book. And it is. And all of a sudden, machinery starts up all of a sudden. And she can't read it because it's all in English. But she sees a page on William Gilbert. And all of a sudden, she starts glowing. And whoosh, gone. And she appears. It looks like medieval England. And this lady passed out because of it. And she decides she's going to help her out. Be like, hey, you okay? You okay? What are you doing? She remembers that he was doing CPR, so she tries that. They've brought Dr. Gilbert. He is a doctor, and he helps wake her up. There we go. She tells her brother that Mari disappeared. They don't know what to do. So, chatting with her, Gilbert gets the information that she's from the future. But can you prove it? The maid that he has there she's got red face, as you can see, because of the way she's dressed. I mean, that might be appropriate in the 20th century, but back then in the year 1600, it was not appropriate for girls to show their legs like that. So something's going on. He's like, you speak perfect English. She's like, but I don't speak English. Aren't you speaking Japanese? Yeah, or how embarrassing. Exactly. So back in the 20th century, they're like, oh, what should we do? Call the police? He remembers getting that book a few years back. Okay, they're going to go to the laboratory now. As she's talking to Dr. Gilbert, a phrase comes up that sounds like something she'd heard before from her dad. And he's like, she's like, oh, have you heard that before? Do you know a guy named, Hayase? So she wants to find her dad, of course. And then they start talking about a compass. And why does a compass always point north? How does it do it? What is causing a compass to point north? That's the thing. So he's trying to find proof of that. They said there's some theories out there, like the needle's pulled by the North Star, or that there's a huge magnetic mountain on the North Pole. She agrees to help him out with his research. Meanwhile, in the future, these two are going into the laboratory. Poor Mari is dealing with the joys of dressing up with a corset. And she comes down, and there she is. She looks much better now. More time appropriate for the time period she's in. So these two are trying to find an underground room, apparently, at the lab. All of a sudden, this mysterious character finds out that the lights are on in the lab, and he's like, okay, find the doctor and take him into custody. Well, why does he want to take him into custody now? But we won't find that out until the next episode of Time Travel Girl. And then at the end, they have a little lesson about the compass and why it points north. But we won't find out until the next episode. So, teaching you a little bit about science and a little bit about time travel. It's pretty enjoyable. I liked Time Travel Girl. All right, and that's all three of them for today. First one was Daikyuryu Jidai, which was the age of the dinosaurs, followed by Genji, and then Time Travel Girl. Next up, it's time to go to AniList. Go to AniList. And check out the shows. Have not dropped any yet. Amaku, MD Doctor Detective. Yep, really good. Got to catch up. I'm behind by an episode. Actually, this Aquarion, Myth of Emotions, I am dropping this. I haven't started it, and I'm just going to drop it. Be done with it. Behe Neko, the elf girl's cat, is secretly S-rank monster. You have never seen an elf so down bad for her own pet. Lots of fan service. Really enjoying it. Bogus Skill Fruit Master. I like the fact that they've got to find out who's behind this all. It looks like it's the Holy Sister. The one who is causing a lot of the trouble, but there's no proof. Dragon Ball Daima. Well, it looks like it's only got 20 episodes. got 4 more to go. And, it's Dragon Ball, right? You're going to see Goku, you're going to see Vegeta, you're going to see lots of fighting and battles and all that. Worthless Appraiser class. I like the fact this guy gets powered up really well. And the people that treat him like garbage are suffering, especially the one guy. When the people find out that he abandoned him in a dungeon to die as bait, they're like, you're scum, you're a murderer, get out of here, go away. And it's nice to see a little bit of justice. The one girl that was with the scumbag guy, she is like feigning that she was being put up to it by him, which is not the truth. She was more than happy to cast Paralyze on him and leave him to the wolves. So it was. I want to see her get her comeuppance. That'll be good. Phantom Trigger. You've got your cute girls being assassins. This one's on the bubble for me. I don't know if I'm going to continue. I Have a Crush at Work. This is a cute rom-com. The two characters don't want to get. They pretend to hate each other at work, but they really are in love with each other. So the hard part is keeping it a secret from everyone. I Left My A Rank Party. This is another good one. I like the fact that people that get treated terribly in one party get fed up and are like, you know what, I'm out of here. And once they leave, the other parties just don't do so well. They lose a lot. They aren't as prepared. Maybe that one person was doing more than they thought, but they treated him so poorly that he's like, you know what, I'm done with you guys. I'm going to go somewhere else. And he joins up with former students of his, and they do really well. And the one terrible person comes back to him and says, hey, come on back, come on back to our. And he's like, get your hand off me. I'm not going back with you. So good for him. Hey, what's up, DJ Ronnie G? How you doing, DJ? Late. Yeah, a little bit late, but that's okay. Better late than never, right? I don't think David Glenn's around today. I haven't seen him in a bit, but we hope he's doing okay. Whatever he's doing. Guild Receptionist. Hey, this is a great one, man. It is just brutal. Some of the guys they have to take on, but at least she's powerful enough, and that's the thing. She just doesn't want to work overtime. She wants to clear a dungeon so that she can go home on time and not have to work overtime. And I can sympathize with her, and I can relate, because I don't like working overtime either. It takes too much out of you. So, yeah, I would definitely not want to work overtime. But it's crazy how powerful she is, and I hope she can develop her powers more, because they took down one dark god, and they have to take down, apparently there's more of them. So we'll see how this one shapes up. Probably going to get a second season. I could see that. Dave is in an icy wonderland. New York also got 3 inches of ice and sleet. Oh, DJ. Shouldn't be too bad for you guys. You guys should be used to that. You should have all the snow plows and stuff you need. Yeah, screw OT. Hello, Christian Fandom Geek. How you doing? Just going over the shows of the season that I'm watching. And the Guild Receptionist one is very good. She doesn't want to work overtime, so If people aren't clearing a dungeon fast enough for her or they're taking too long, she's like, fine, I'll do it myself. And then she doesn't have to work overtime. She can clock out, live the nice, easy life. Yeah, pretty easy indeed. Good to hear, DJ. I have a great accent. Me? Me? You talking about me? I never thought I had an accent. Doesn't occur to me, but that's all right. Okay, there you go. You've got a UK James Bond accent. Well, I do like myself some Sean Connery. He was a great James Bond, although he was Scottish. And I do like my Scottish people. They're great people. 3 inches of snow, those are rookie numbers. You gotta pump those numbers up. No, what you gotta pump up is the temperature. Hey, get yourself some into the minus 20s there, and then we'll talk. We'll talk about cold then. I'm getting married to a girl I hate in my class. This is a cute rom-com. The two main characters are forced to get married. They don't like each other at all. Lots of arguing in the very first 2 episodes, but it calms down after a while. But it gets to the point where, maybe that one person isn't so bad after all, and they start to get along a little bit. And there was a test. You had a third party come in and try to date the guy, and he's like, he asks his wife, can I go on a date with her? She's like, doesn't matter to me. Do what you want. He's like, are you sure? You can stop me. And she's like, wait, don't go. It's like, okay. So there are some feelings there, some feelings deep down for one another. And I'll see where this goes, because they're keeping it a secret from everyone at school. They're having a hard time. I think his little sister knows, and her friend that asked him out is getting really close. So we'll see. You'd be happy if we only had 3 feet of snow. Yeah, but Fabric, what's the thing about it is it snows. It doesn't snow all the time here. It just doesn't go away. It's like it'll snow, it's cold, you can clear it away, but then it just stays there. It doesn't melt, until we get into the plus temperatures for a little while. It's going to stick around. Oh, Madaka Kuroiwa is impervious to my charms. This girl wants to be loved by everybody, and there's just one guy who's just training to be a monk. I don't think she knows that though, and so he has to follow his tenets of not showing any worldly desires for the opposite sex. So, and then she's like, come on, notice me, and she tries just about everything to get him to notice her. And he's noticing her, but all she sees is that he gives her this look of disgust. Scottish, English, what's the difference? You guys are like an hour away from each other. Don't forget Russian, comrade. Right? Might have some of that Russian vodka, and we will go to march to Kremlin and see Comrade Putin. Momentary Lily. This one's got like a death metal opening. Like if you listen to the music, it's like, wow. It's got like, and it's just like, okay, death metal. But it's pretty weird. People are getting erased by aliens, and these girls have the weapons to fight them. Last episode was the pool episode, in case you're interested. A lot of, a lot of bikinis going on around there. So if you're interested in that, Fabric, I'm looking at you. This one's only got 13 episodes, so I'm hoping they can wrap things up. It's pretty bleak, the future that they paint. Okay, hang on, just got to get rid of this here. There we go. Tasukari Hotel. So when you die, between life and death is Tasukari Hotel, where you go there because you lose your memory and you find out who you are and how you died. And once you find that out, you leave the hotel and you either go to the afterlife or you go back to living. It'll go above freezing in April for sure. Yeah, that's what I hope so. Because I could sure use, some of this. Get this ice out of here. I'm just tired of it. So Tasukari Hotel. Apparently there's a fellow who's a psychopath killer there. So you're not allowed to kill when you're in the hotel. Otherwise you go straight to hell. You get dragged there by a bunch of hands. They pull you down to hell. So he's not killing people, but he's engaging in like psychological mind games with people to get them to kill themselves. He's crazy. So they got to get rid. I can't wait till he gets his he gets what's coming to him. He was hoping it was snow enough to be told to stay home from work. Oh. 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really, Really Love You. This is great. Season 2. I'm watching this one. I'm having a fun time. This guy, the Rentaro, he's adding to his harem. It's great. I like seeing all the different girls that show up. The last one was the maid of one of the girls the mother that he's dating. It was her maid. You notice that the satellite weather shows white stuff on the forums for all the states above you, including Canada. Yeah? I mean, it's going to do that over there. 3 inches should do it for New York, right, DJ? I can't remember if we're getting any snow coming up. I know it's going to get real cold, and usually when it gets real cold, it doesn't snow. And when I say real cold, I'm talking minus 20, minus 30. So it's going to have, our highs are going to be in the 19, or not, in the teens, like 15, 16, minus 16, minus 15. But the real cold is like the minus 20s, the minus 25s, the minus 30s. You can do without that. So yeah, 100 Girlfriends. I get a good laugh out of it. It's funny. Daily life, middle-aged online shopper in another world. This guy just wants to live a nice, easy life. He's a merchant. Some things happen though, and people get kidnapped, and he tries to save them, and he has an excavator he uses. This ain't Georgia. It takes a little over twice that before it gets to being hell in a handbasket. I mean, New York should be no stranger to deep snow. If you look back in the past, like in the 70s and the 60s, they had big time snowstorms there. So they should be prepared for that. Problem is that September snow is still on the ground as ice and it keeps stacking up. Yeah, it does. Unnamed Memory Season 2. I've watched Unnamed Memory Season 1, so of course I'm going to follow it up with number 2. I like watching the adventures of Tinashe and Oscar. And I hope Oscar gets his memory back about her because they were married before. But she has to try to remove his curse. So I can't wait to see where this keeps going. Welcome to Japan, Miss Elf. This is a cute one. You know, you got Buddy. He visits the other world in his dream. So he dreams to get there. He grabs Miss Elf as they're about to die, and they wake up and they're in Japan, and she's learning about Japan. She's learning how to speak Japanese. It's really cute. And yeah, they're having a good old time going back and forth between worlds. And it's a fun one. It's got some high fantasy, you know, you deal with dragons and such. And he's got some powers when he goes to the other world. And she just loves all the cuisine from Japan. Last one, Ubal Blatt. This one, dark, gritty. You get the similar weather to me even though you're a lowlander. What do you mean, lowlander? There can be only one. Oh no, that's Highlander. Right. What's your elevation at, Fabric? I think our elevation here is 2,200 feet above sea level. But Ubal Blatt, yeah, it's not bright and cheery, if that's for sure. But you've got your swordsman who wants to take on the 7 heroes who may or may not be heroes after all. But he's got a ragtag band of people that are going to accompany him. And we'll see how it goes. It's definitely got a deep story, and we got to dig into it more. I've only got 3. Hey, what's up, Cobra Khan? How you doing? Ubal Blatt, a 90s or 2000 manga? Okay. I am quite happy watching it. I've only got the 3rd episode, but I definitely want to learn more about it and see what's going on with this world. It's revenge porn. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I do like revenge porn or a revenge storyline, like Failure Frame, and what else? What was that one with Noel Stolen? It was just on last season. Oh, Notorious Talker. Notorious Talker is good. So yeah, there's lots of the revenge story arcs that are really good because you want to see people that get wronged be able to get back at the people that wronged them. Oh, Fabric says it's 2004. Okay. That sounded so not what I meant. Yeah. Of course, DJ. I have to clarify. That could be like taken out of context for sure. But yeah, all in all, it's a good season. Definitely a lot of shows worth watching. And there's a lot of shows I'm not watching that are really good. That's the thing. It's like everybody has their own list of shows, and man, oh man, there is so many. I was telling myself not to watch so many this season, but I ended up watching 18 shows, and it's crazy. And even me and Mrs. Mechanic are watching some shows together, and she's watching different shows from me as well. So there is just so much of it. But I'm enjoying it. And I hope you guys are too. It's a great season. There's something for everybody out there. right? So if we check, we'll just do this. 2025 and winter. Nope, that's not the season. Winter. You're pissed that you need to wait for season 3 of MF Ghost? Ah, see, there's another one I heard was really good. But yeah, there's so many shows now. Like, look at this. I'm sure there's some I'm missing that are really, really good, but I just can't add more to my my list. Falling behind as it is. Okay. Yeah, everyone's liking Solo Leveling. I'm not watching that. Everyone's liking Sakamoto Days or Apothecary Diaries. I'm not watching either of those. Or Dr. Stone. Yeah, Cobra Khan. Fabric is asking, when is season 3 of MF Ghost coming? Might tell us here. MF Ghost. No, it doesn't say when. 3rd season. Not yet released. Yep, not yet released. Okay. Well, that's fine. You guys can see I got the poll up there. I'm just figuring out if you guys hit the like button. If you could please do that, because, you know, it helps me out. It lets YouTube know that you guys like what you see. Yeah, like and subscribe. Do what you can to help me out, guys. I'm working my way up to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm at 932. One? Wait a minute here. 932 subscribers. I just need like 68 more. So this year's the push for 1,000 subscribers. I'm gonna try my best, and I hope everybody will help me out here. Captain Future. I watched an episode of that Cobra Khan, and I didn't see him travel in time at all. I watched episode 1. There's so much anime out there, not like the 80s when you got what you got, and we're grateful. Fabric, man, you know it. I've been saying that a lot as well. It's like, you know what? We didn't have a lot, but we watched it, and we were happy to watch it. Didn't matter how good quality it was. We watched it. It's like, hey, this is anime. We're watching this. So Japanimation, as they used to call it. We watched that, and it was just like, oh, this is better. This is better than Western cartoons. This is awesome. You watched Captain Future in German back in the day? Oh, wow. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I watched an episode of Captain Future, and it didn't really have time traveling. So I left it out this time. But it was on my list. There's actually I have a lot of shows on my list, and you guys will find out which ones next week. All right. Hey, I think I'm going to start wrapping up the stream here, you guys. I really appreciate all you guys that stopped by today, like Fabric Folds. It's always good to see you and your profile pic. There was Mike from Pacific 414. He's going to be streaming pretty soon here at 11 o'clock my time. That's in about 13 minutes for his Pop Talk. There was B17. It's always good to see you stopping by, B17. There's Aris, who always pops on like Kick and Twitch and Rumble, all the places for Aris. DJ Ronnie G, a bit late, but hey, that's okay. Better late than never, DJ. Christian Fandom Geek. I do enjoy chatting with you. And Cobra Khan. Always nice to see you stopping in. '80s PC? You mean the PC I'm? What '80s PC? The only PC I have, or no, I have a couple. I've got a Compaq Desk Pro that I'm working on. It's got Windows XP on it. I've got an NEC tower that has Windows 98 on it. Then I got a couple of laptops that have Windows XP on them. So yeah, it's I like playing around with those. Don't knock your old HO280 or HP 286. Wow, yeah, the 286 with GeoWorks, right? Oh, the PC98, yeah. So that was from, I showed that last week. It's from a show called 16-Bit Sensation, Another Layer. And this girl named Konoha, she works at a game design studio in 2023. And she meets an old lady selling old Bishojo games. Because that's what she makes. She makes Bishojo games. And they're from the 90s. And she opens one up and woof, she gets sucked back into 1992. Yes, yeah, I know what you guys are getting at. I know what you're getting at now. Yeah, it's right there. That's the one. 16-Bit Sensation is the anime. And that's what they make their Bishojo games on. With the 10 meg hard drive. You bet, Fabric. Your PCAT was just 8 megahertz. 12 megahertz is blazing fast. Yeah, Cobra Khan, exactly. 16-bit is an anime with deep dive into history of computer gaming. Yeah, and the PC98 was pretty cool. Yeah. Well, there's the one character who programs for it, and he just loves PC98. Like, the guy is just, he's obsessed with them. But yeah, if you want to watch more of that, check out 16-Bit Sensation, Another Layer. It's got time travel, and it's got lots of it's the show about a girl who wants to make her own Bishojo game in 2023, as it was back in the 90s when it was the golden age of Bishojo games. You may have to review last week's episode. I appreciate that, DJ. You know, like I say, I'm on the push to get 1,000 subscribers. I'm trying hard here. Yes, PC98 is Japan only. Yes, GoberCon, exactly. I'd like to know the specs on it just to see if it was really more powerful or not. And there's also the Sega PC. Yeah, Sega PC. That would be a cool one to have. I would definitely want to try that one out. I haven't even seen pictures of that. Sega PC? Sega. PC. The SC3000. Looks like 2 stacked NES consoles. You can play Sega games on it. Okay, everything electronic in Japan is inherently better and more well thought out. I agree with that, DJ. They make everything more compact. Is this what you're talking about, Cobra Khan? No, let me just share my screen here. The SC3000, the SC3000H. 18 kilobytes of RAM. Basic level 2. No print advertisements. Look at that. Oh, it's a desktop PC. Okay. We had the good old Commodore 64. I remember the Commodore 64. And the Amiga. Yeah, I played lots. I played my fair share of Commodore 64 games. Well, I'm curious now. Stackable upgrade module? Okay. Sega Home PC. Mega PC? Was that it? Fabric? Or not Fabric? Cobra Khan? The Mega PC. It had a 386 SX25. Gives you Amiga vibes. There we go. Amstrad. You can put cartridges in it. Look at that, eh? More akin to the sleek C64. Thanks for mentioning the Sega. Yeah, Cobra Khan. Thanks for bringing that up, man. So little RAM for a 386. Yeah. Isn't that something? Now, what was the RAM again? Let's see. 1 megabyte. SIM. Expandable to 16. Okay. Japanese Sega PC. Yeah, that's one version of it. Okay, great. .386 was a transition PC because the 486 came out soon after. Yeah, it was quite the jump. Sim, yeah, not bad. I mean, 16 megabytes is good enough for a 386. They're pretty rare now. Yeah, I mean, you could yeah, it'd be hard to find one, I'm sure. I do like my tech though from Japan. Like DJ was saying, it's very well thought out. It's really compact, and I mean, the stuff they have there is amazing. But yeah, the PC98. Oh man, with 8-inch floppy drives. There you go. PC9801. Oh, by NEC. Okay. You remember the PC versus clone Power Wars back when they had two DOSs? Yeah, MS DOS, there's PC DOS, there's also DR DOS, believe it or not. So there was three versions of it. Then there was Windows 3.1, you get OS2 Warp. Yeah, there you go. The 9801. NEC stands for Nippon Electric. It was discontinued in 2003. Let's see. In the show, because they're in 1992, I wonder. Okay, yeah, 386 SS processor. DR DOS was from the company of the guy who made CP/M. Ah, okay. That's good. Good to know, DJ. Yeah, and 386 was a major milestone for foundational technology. That's right. I believe it was the first 32-bit. Wasn't that right? 386 could move information around at 32 bits. Just reading it up there. They managed to adopt industrial standards, reduce costs from 93 to 95. The PC98 adopted 72-pin SIMs, 3.5-inch floppy drive, IDE storage drive, 6 40x40 DOS stream mode, 2D GUI acceleration, GPUs, Windows sound system, PCI slots, PCMCIA. Outsourced manufacturing motherboards to Taiwanese companies such as ECS and GVC. I'd pick one of these up just for fun. Yeah, so in 1992, they're probably using a PC9801. Maybe 386. You have to watch the show. You might get a bit of a they might help you out a bit. Also dark mode. MS-DOS is based on QDOS. Are you telling me that Bill Gates stole the design of something? No way, it can't be. Not Bill Gates. He would never do that. Apple. Apple. Might as well be talking about artifacts of dead civilizations. And it really wasn't that long ago, was it? All your knowledge is obsolete, but it will come in handy someday, won't it? Tim Patterson allegedly stole it. Okay, now we're getting down to the nitty gritty here. DJ, you know. Bill just did the usual shady double dealing. Yeah, all right. And I only say allegedly to cover my back. Oh, okay, thank you, DJ. Thank you. That's right. I can't make accusations here. It's got to be alleged. Everything is allegedly. But yes, the PC-98. What a neat little machine. There's a nice picture of it there. Oof, beauty. Okay. Well, time to wrap her up there, fellas. This was a good stream. I had a good time. We talked some anime. We talked some PCs, some history. I always like history. With time travel comes history. So, and it looks like majority of you hit the like button. So I appreciate that. That's great. If you guys please spread the word, let them know old Pop's here. You know, I stream on the weekends, mornings, Saturdays, and Sundays. I will do Tuesday evenings as well because that's Trades Talk Day. But the weekends and the mornings, best time for me to stream, best time for you guys to tune into me. Always at 9 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you do the conversion, that's 11 o'clock Eastern or 8 o'clock Pacific, depending on where you are. And if you're elsewhere in the world, yeah, you got to do the time conversion. DR DOS add before. Okay. Should we have a look at this? Let me see here. This is 10 minutes long, DJ. It's supposed to be an ad. Digital Research Concurrent DOS. Okay. Oh, just for everyone's fun. Yeah, click on that, you guys. Have a look. For those of you that are interested in the past dealing with DOS, because I can remember typing in DOS, having to do that, and I still do on my older computers. Type in DOS, finding drivers, getting to run all your stuff. Oh, you don't want me to play it now? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I'll definitely look it over. Like I say, it's only 10 minutes, so no big deal. Don't forget to check out some of the other channels out there. The people that I watch and enjoy, you might watch and enjoy as well. Like Pacific 414, Mike was on the chat earlier. He's doing it right now. He's got his Pop Talk going right now. I'm pretty sure he does. Yep, Pop Talk Sunday edition. There's also DJ Ronnie G in the chat as well. You can tune into DJ. He does the Monday show on Thursday. So if you like tech, turtles, and astronomy, you tune in and you watch DJ Ronnie G. Oh yes, and Aris. Aris, you stream as well. I've seen you playing some games on there. Final Fantasy, Senran Kagura. I've seen you play in those games. So you guys can tune into Aris. There's Brandon the Anime Guy. I was watching Brandon before I started my stream this morning. He was playing some Ni no Kuni. And then there's Kyle at the RNG Podcast. There's Tomby. He's the bloke from across the ocean there. He's in the United Kingdom. He does some good streaming as well. Angry Canadian, Nerdporial Lifeform. There's everyone's favorite Penguin Punkwaddle. He always has some great penguin positivity. I like watching his videos. And there's Infinite Metal. You can find him on Kick and Twitch. He plays retro games, and he has a buddy called Skelly. He's an undead dragon lord. And as Infinite plays the games, Skelly relentlessly mocks and ridicules him, which leads to much hilarity. Infinite voices Skelly, so it's pretty good. You've got him going back and forth, just like someone that is a ventriloquist. Coming up is Tuesday, Trades Talk Tuesday. I'll have the most industrial stream you'll ever see on a Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time. So yes, join me for the industrial stream. You'll learn about the skilled trades, you'll see lots of pictures, lots of videos, and hopefully it'll pique your interest in what the skilled trades are all about. And if anybody is curious, and if you know people that really don't have a direction in life and stuff like that, send them on over, and maybe they will decide to take up a career in the skilled trades, which is important because there is a big shortage. There's a big time shortage right now. So the pay will be well because of the big shortage, and you will always have work. I can guarantee you that. After that, Saturday, Retro Game Day, I am right in the middle of battling the Big Five from Yu-Gi-Oh! I've got to defeat the Big Five and then take down Noah, it looks like. So join me for that. Trying to beat the Big Five in Yu-Gi-Oh! For the DS. It's tough. I got to tailor my deck in such a way that I can counter anything they throw at me, and it's not that easy. Sega Terra Drive is the one you were talking about. Sega Terra Drive. Okay, I'm going to just have a quick peek at that. Sega Terra Drive. Oh, there we go. That looks nice. Did someone say Sega? Now you're speaking my language. Okay, Christian Van. I see where you're coming from. You like the Sega. You got a Sega lad. Well, I want to see this thing up close. Sega Terra Drive. Hybrid computer system developed by Sega and IBM containing both an IBM PC and Sega Mega Drive. It was released exclusively in Asia in May 1991. It's got 3 models, it looks like. Model 1, Model 2, Model 3. Let's see here. Processor, 10 megahertz Intel 286. Model 1, Model 2, Model 3. I can see a DJ on Kick there. You're testing. Yeah, you love Sega? Good. It's unfortunate what happened to them. I'm really disappointed that happened. It was too bad that the American and Japanese companies couldn't cooperate better. So Model 1 RAM had 640 kilobytes. Model 2 had 1 megabyte, and Model 3 had 2.5 megabytes. Oh, you just can't send links? Let me have a look here, DJ. No, I can't. I can't give you any kind of access there either. Team Sonic, there you go. More work than you want some. Yeah, Fabric, I hear that. Remember how we were talking about overtime? I don't want overtime. That's a nice looking machine. I would definitely love to pick one of those up. Even got a Sega monitor. Yep. Yeah, I would definitely want to pick one of these up just to try it out. I don't have any Sega games though, but that would be pretty easily taken care of. Yeah, it is nice looking, isn't it, Christian Fan and Geek? There we go. Oh, look at that. It's even got a Sega mouse. And you can, looks like you can pick whether you want to go into DOS or something, or there's, looks like a floppy drive pick there, clock. Yeah. It's a thing of beauty. Yep. You tell Yaris in the community post, you're happy to promote Mike's show. Yeah. So am I. I'm definitely happy to promote Mike from Pacific 414 because he's the one that actually got me into this streaming in the first place. Oh, playing Wolfenstein 3D. Look at that. Oh, it's going to take Japanese cartridges. You want it? Bring it. What's this? Oh, Street Smart. Yeah, very nice. Very nice machine. Oh, and you can hook up a Sega controller. That's nice. Yeah, I like that. Overtime's a young man's game? Yes, yeah, it is. Well, I've realized throughout my working career that my time away from work is more important than my time at work. Yeah, time at work provides you with, the money to do things, but the time away is when you can enjoy it. Oh, is that a slot on top? It's only a 286 though. That's unfortunate. I wonder if you could upgrade them. Probably not. You'd have to upgrade the whole motherboard, I think. So it's got two modes, PC mode and Mega Drive mode. Monitor connector, parallel port, serial port, PS2, mouse and keyboard. Yep. IBM DOS. It's moderately rare in Japan. Prices are rising rapidly due to collector demand. Price to buy a Terra drive in June 2003 was triple the price it was 2 years prior. Oh, people are snapping these up. I don't think we'll be able to find one for a reasonable price. No, doesn't look like they're going to have anything that's They've got the games. They got the flyers. I don't see anything to do with the main machine. Okay, well that's great. I'm glad you brought this up there, Cobra Khan. That's a great little machine. I'm always up for the retro stuff. All right, well that's it for me today, everybody. I hope you'll join me on Tuesday for Trades Talk. We'll talk about the skilled trades. But if not, join me on the weekends. I'm here every time. 9 a.m. in the morning, 9 a.m. Mountain Time. Stop on by. We'll play some games. We'll have some laughs. Have a good chat. And yeah. Just like today, I had fun. I hope you did as well. And I hope to see you guys the next time I stream. You gotta update the app. You don't see any of your messages. Yeah. Make sure you guys are all up to date. Make sure you're on live chat and make sure that you guys smack that like button. No problem, Aris. Glad to do it. I'm glad to stream, you guys. Makes me very happy. It gives me something to do. Good hobby. Until next time, everyone, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.